Morning guys, I'm at a wildlife area on the banks of the Thames. So the Thames is just over there, and this is a really fantastic place. There's all sorts of wildlife here, and the thing I like about it here, and I don't come here anywhere near as many times as I should do actually, because we've got tidal mudflats and salt marshes over there. We've got some little lagoons and stuff. There's a few hides, and also there's lots of small, not woodland areas, but lots of trees around. So you've got things like jays and woodland birds. So it's a really nice mix. And I'm here quite early. The sun's been up for about half an hour, 45 minutes. So I've got this lovely warm golden light, and I've got no idea of what I'm going to find today. I've got no plans for today. I'm just going to have a wander around and see what turns up. So I'm going to go right down the end of the this wildlife area, and there's a little open hide there, and see what turns up. It's great for little egrets and water birds and waders, red shanks. Sometimes you get curlews here as well, which is quite nice. So yeah, it's literally I've got an open-ended sort of morning. I'm going to wander around, see what turns up, and see if we can get some great photos. Right, hi guys, I'm going to have to be quite quiet because I've got three little egrets. I've got one in the foreground fishing, I've got one in the midground, and there's one in the tree in the background. So I'm going to shoot a little bit of video. Already got some great video footage, but I'm going to shoot a little bit more and get some more stills. I think this is fantastic. Little egrets are a wading bird, a bit like a heron but much smaller, and they fish by moving their feet around in shallow water and stirring up any little fish, and then they dive down quickly and get those fish. So I'm going to shoot a bit of video now. I'm hoping the footage I've got is not too shaky because I only brought a monopod, but I've wedged it under here so it's pretty solid. So I'm going to get onto this little egret here. Yeah, that's pretty still. So I'm on an egret at the moment, and that's lovely. And it's really still at the moment, and it's just looking for fish that can dive down. I've got a really nice reflection. Now this is sort of an old sort of industrial area really, so there's lots of concrete bars around and all that, but if you pick your spot it still looks pretty natural, and because it's so still at the moment I've got some really great reflections. So you know, it just goes to show that if you give nature some space, it will take that space up and thrive. Just down the road from me we've got Southend-on-Sea, because I'm on the banks of the Thames, and it's a really big conurbation, loads of people around, but as I say, this is like a little oasis and it's fantastic. Yes, I've got a little egret over here, I've got one there, I've got one in the trees in the background. So this is fantastic. I'm getting some great video, it all looks good. Now I'm going to shut up for a minute and get some video without me talking. Right, hi guys, I've got some really nice video footage. I'm going to start shooting some stills now, I think, because there's some great, it's great, these egrets are just so nice to photograph. I've got nice contrasty light, but it's still quite soft because it's early morning and it's slightly hazy, so it gives me nice soft directional light on these egrets because they're a white bird, and I have to make sure I don't overexpose the bird. So light that's not too contrasty. There's another egret coming in. Another one up in the trees. I'm going to get a couple of stills of that because it's looking good. So I'm just checking the histogram all the time to make sure I don't overexpose these birds. They're absolutely fantastic to photograph though. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 now. 2 in the trees, 2 in the background, and 1 in the foreground. That one's just flown in. That's brilliant. I'm just going to make sure they're sharp. Yeah, that's pretty good. I've got one landing. Fantastic. Against quite a dark background as well. Really nice. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, 6 egrets now. It's 5 plus 1, 6. This is just such a good morning. I love this spot for little egrets. It's really great. Oh, that's superb. I've got one where it's sticking its neck out and just putting its arms up. Again, I have to make sure, check my sharpness, check my histogram. Yeah, fabulous, absolutely fabulous. So this is a really good spot. I'm going to spend at least another hour here, then go and explore the rest of the reserve. As I say, I don't come down here that often. I should come down here more because it's a really brilliant spot. So bye for now, guys. Having a cracking morning, and I'll see what else I can find. So this is my third visit to this reserve. So earlier in this video you saw me on my first visit, which was early in the morning, and I got some great little egret shots. The light was really lovely on the little egrets, it was still conditions, and I got some great reflections. And then I did an afternoon, and that was equally good because the light was in a different direction. In the morning it's shining straight onto the subject, which is great because you get this really even illumination and you get lots of detail in the animal. But in the afternoon it's shining from behind whatever it is we're photographing. And in this case I was photographing a lot of little egrets again, so these little waders, which are fantastic, and they were backlit, and that also looked really nice. And the reason I was there in the afternoon is because in the afternoon it was high tide, and this is, in this particular location, high tide is a good time because all the waders, and I photographed little egrets and some other wading birds, and they come to this part of the reserve at high tide because at low tide they're over on the Thames in the mud flats and they're feeding. As the tide comes in, they can't feed anymore, so they come and roost, which means you get loads of birds to photograph, and it's fantastic. And they're all over again in the trees roosting, and I don't need to be that quiet actually because they're a little distance away, and they're not really bothered at all by any noise here. And there's a bit of wind this afternoon as well. So I'm back in the afternoon because it's high tide again, and the reason I'm back is mainly to get hopefully a bit more video footage, and also the last time I was here a kingfisher just came in briefly. It played a little cameo, so to speak, and that was fantastic because who doesn't like photographing kingfishers? Now I didn't get any great shots because it was a long way away, so I thought this time I'll bring the 600 and I'll bring instead of bringing my gimbal head, I brought a video head because I want to try and get some video as well, so I can use this for both actually, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to look out to see if the kingfisher pops in, and I've got 2 or 3 hours. The light's great again, it's popping in and out of cloud at the moment. The egrets will be backlit, but I'm hoping I'll get some nice light on the kingfisher if it does turn up. It may well not. You know, kingfishers are quite hard birds to photograph, and I'll put a link up here. I did a video about photographing kingfishers about a year ago, and the amount of times I had to visit a particular location to get any shots, it was time and time again. And that's a bit like wildlife photography in general. Although here I've got this egret roost, so I know at high tide there's going to be egrets and lots of really good photo opportunities. So, you know, it's about knowing your local locations and knowing about the animals and their behaviour, and that way you should be able to predict and get some more shots. But with the kingfisher, it could literally turn up in 5 minutes, in 2 hours or not at all. So we'll see how we go. But I'm all set up. As I say, I've got my 600mm prime today. I'm not going to be moving around, so I'm going to be in one fixed place, so I haven't got to lug it about too much. I'm on a fluid tripod head because I want to get some video as well as some stills, if at all possible. And the light's great. I'm just going to play the waiting game. I've got tea and chocolate with me, so I'm going to settle in for the afternoon now. So I'll speak to you soon, guys. No kingfisher yet, but I've just got a little egret in flight, so they're all roosting over in the background there, and every now and again they take off, fly around, have a little argument, so it's great photography regardless of whether I see a kingfisher or not. And I don't know if you can see it on the back of the screen here, but I've got a lovely egret taken off, backlit against quite a dark background, so the bird's really light. It's a white bird. So I'm exposing for the bird, and that means the background goes quite dark, and that's great because this egret stands out from the background. So really pleased with that. I've got a selection. I've got 3 shots of the egret as it took off. So one now, coming across and coming there, and you can see the light coming through the wings. It's absolutely fantastic. I've just seen the kingfisher. It was too far away to photograph, but great to see it. In the meantime, I've got some great flight shots, as I say, of the little egrets, and they're becoming more active now, so it's all good. I don't know if I'm going to do much more vlogging to camera because I really want to keep my eyes open just in case the kingfisher pops in. If I do get any shots, I'll put them on the end of this video. I'm not 100% sure I will because, you know, at the moment, he was really distant, right over in the distance, but great to see that. I love kingfishers, one of my favourite birds to photograph. So yeah, I mean, I hope you've enjoyed this video, this vlog. If you've got any comments about wildlife photography in general or photographing water birds, just put them in the comment section below. Always great to hear from you. And yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have enjoyed it, if you can give it a like, that would be great. That really helps my channel. And if you haven't already subscribed, if you can consider subscribing, that would be great. So yeah, bye for now, guys. I'm having a really great third session at this nature reserve. I'm sure I'll be back again. It's absolutely brilliant, and you never know what's going to turn up. One of my friends photographed a snipe here a couple of days ago, and they're great water birds as well, with long sort of beaks for probing in the mud and stuff. We sometimes get curlews here as well. Saw a yellow wagtail the last time I was here. Again, I got some pictures, but a little bit far away for decent shots, but I might put one of them on the end of this video as well. So over 3, you know, of morning and 2 afternoons, it's been absolutely brilliant. So yeah, I'm going to stop chatting now. I'm going to say bye for now, and I'll see you on the next video. Okay, I think that's the last couple of shots actually. I'm going to pack up now, head for home. It's been a cracking afternoon, got loads of little egret shots. I did see the kingfisher but didn't get any great pictures, but yeah, it's been a fantastic afternoon.